Breathe in, breathe out, right? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome here, welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I'm your host, Crystal. Today we're going to read for the collective of Libra, the Libra Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. If you're drawn to this reading, then it might have a message for you, all right? But before we get started, we're going to talk about this. This is my book. It's called Say You Love, and it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood sexual trauma and addiction, all right? And I wrote this whole entire thing with some paper and my phone. I did a text to talk or talk to text on a Microsoft Word app in my phone, and wrote my whole entire manuscript like that, and then found an editor and went through the process. I did have some help. My friend Adam Vibe Gunton helped me. He's the founder of Recovered on Purpose, and it was his story that inspired me to write my story. So if you would like to check out Adam, you could check out Recovered on Purpose, and he's a huge inspiration of mine and totally helped me do all of this. So if you are interested in finding a link for it, it'll be in all of the descriptions of any of my newer uploads. I mean, I didn't have a book a couple years ago, so it's not in my older ones, but they will be in all of my newest uploads for sure. And you can get it on Amazon, or if you would like a signed copy, you can email me at s.y.l.sayyoulove@gmail.com, and I will totally be happy to ship you out a signed copy. You can also get a free download on my website, and all of that stuff will be in the description box or in the about page of my actual YouTube page. And I tell my story not because I am proud of some of the stupid shit I've done. I've done a lot of really, really stupid shit. It's because I know what it feels like to be in a shame loop, all right? I know what that shame loop feels like. I know what it feels like to feel like you're never, ever going to come out of it. I know there's a lot of spiritual teachers out there that talk about the light, but they don't ever talk about any of the darkness that they came through to get where they are now. So I'm very open. Even about the most embarrassing stuff that I've been through, I'm an open book, literally. Okay, so don't ever think that you are alone. You are not alone, and you are definitely worth it. And you have the tools in your back pocket almost 100% of the time. So with that being said, let's get into your reading, Libra. Libra, you guys, I spent all day yesterday sleeping. Like, I couldn't come out of sleep. Like, I had this weird dream about going to go buy cat food all late at night, and then that's like, I went to a dollar store to get cat food, and then the store got robbed, and they were holding me captive, and the only thing that saved me was my kitty, and I woke up and my kitty was sitting on my chest right here. And then after that I went back to sleep, and it felt like I was having past life dreams. I don't know if any of you've watched The Butterfly Effect, but you know how when he would change timelines, it would get all blurry, it'd be all like that, and then something would change. I kept waiting for that to happen. I was looking for apartments with my mom, and I was waiting for mail from a World War II pilot. And every time that the pilot would show up, it could get all blurry like that. And I was talking to someone, and in the background there was this painting, and this painting just felt like home. So I started walking towards this painting, all Narnia status. And I found myself the queen of this old tropical tribal region, and everybody was super happy to see me again. It was really it was extremely vivid. And for some reason, I could not wake up yesterday, so I just worked in the astral realm, apparently. So if you feel like you need to sleep or take a day or whatever, don't beat yourself up for it, all right? But yeah, I was having some very, very vivid dreams. That might be important for some of you. Libra. Right off the bat, Libra, I feel like you have been through an extreme amount of struggle. Something about from the last, maybe since 2013 or 2016, it's you have been I don't know why those numbers are important, but something like you have been in this uphill battle since like 2013 or 2016, you know, with the Nine of Wands in the upright. It's like you have one more obstacle. It's like you feel like there's just one obstacle after another obstacle, or one test after another test, or, you know, once you think that you've gone through all that you could go through, it's like then you go through something else. And but the sun is here telling me that you're not going to have to deal with that anymore. Like whatever this cycle, this long, like I don't think this was like a recent cycle. I think this has been something that has been like happening for a long time, like some sort of like 10-year cycle or 12-year cycle. Like I think whatever it was that you were going through is over. You have the sun card here. It's like the storm is over. And you have the death card in the upright. Like the storm is over, and I don't think you're going to have to go through some of those, any of that kind of traumatic drama ever again. I really think that some of y'all's awakening might have started in like 2016. Between 2016 and 2013, you might have hit like super rock bottom, and then it was like an uphill battle from there. But I think that you have finally, like everything has finally leveled out, right? Like you are moving on to calmer waters. Like there might be one more obstacle, like you got them rocks that you got to overcome, but there's clearer water right at the end, right there. All right. So whatever battle it is that you've been fighting, yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom there, whatever battle it is that you've been fighting, like I don't think you'll have to worry about ever repeating any of those same type of toxic cycles over and over again. I think you finally learned what it was that you needed to learn, and like you can move on with confidence. Like the pain of that process is over. All right. Like when I was first going through my awakening, like I thought that I was awoke before, you know. I mean, I grew up, I went to my first rainbow gathering, and for those of you that don't know what a rainbow gathering is, it's like it's the world's largest non-member, non-organization organization. And there's like a bunch of like hippies, you know, in the woods that gather, and everything's free. And like I would definitely check it out if you ever hear about a rainbow gathering happening near you. Like I went to my first rainbow gathering in 2000, it was Montana of 2000. And I learned a lot of like where my moral compass comes from, like how my moral standards, you know, about not littering, about how to treat people, about giving hugs, you know, about like genuine connection with people that are, you know, they don't even have to be family, but like the theme of a rainbow gathering is like welcome home. You know, everybody will give you a hug and tell you welcome home, you know. Woo! But you got the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. So whatever it was that you have gone through, like I thought that I had gone, you know, I thought that like I knew it all, you know what I mean? I was like 20 years old and had pretty much figured out that I had known it all. But little did I know that I was nowhere near ready to embark on the adventure that I had went on, you know, and I had to take that leap of faith with the Fool, you know. I mean, and the Fool is kind of like the beginning. You know, that was like the beginning of my journey. And I think some of you have been, you know, like you're coming out of that dark night of the soul is what they call it, you know. But you have the Nine of Cups. So you have the Nine of Cups, and you have the Nine of Wands, and the Death is in the upright. So whatever it is, it's over. Like that cycle, whatever it was that you had to go through, that 10-year cycle, that 13-year cycle, whatever it was, is coming to an end, all right? And you don't have to worry about ever repeating any of those things ever again. Like dealing with shady people, you know, not to say that life is going to be perfect. There will still be obstacles and trials and tribulations, and, you know, with every new opportunity, there comes some sort of new challenge along with it. But I think you are way more prepared and adept to handle whatever is coming at you. And you got the Ten of Cups. That's like permanent contentment in the realm of the heart. So some of you guys might even have love coming towards you, you know, or just this newfound love of like life in general, you know, with the Star in the upright. Some of you guys are really hopeful about your future. It's like you've seen the darkest of the dark, so it's like you can move with authenticity, knowing that like nothing can really hurt you anymore, because you've already been through like the worst of the worst, you know. So and it's not like, oh well, what how much worse could it get? You don't want to ask universe that, because it'll show you, but at the same time you're like, I know that I can handle whatever life throws at me, because you've handled 100% of everything that you have ever been handed. You know, some of you might have had an addiction issue, or might be dealing with somebody with an addiction issue. I personally overcame addiction. You know, I had 2 rounds of it. I started when I was 12, and that lasted 10 years. And then I found out I was pregnant, and then I was clean for like 15 years. And then I thought that I had a handle on it, you know what I mean? And then I was super codependent. So I ended up jumping right back into that addiction. And that addiction, the second time around, was way worse than the first time around, you know? So be careful of that. Like, I don't think you have any attachments, any of these entities attached to you anymore. Like, maybe you had some sort of dark entities attached to you previously. You know, you might have attracted a lot of dark energy around you, you know, mostly like how moths flock to a light, you know, like you shine so brightly that of course the unhealed are going to want to come and get healed from you. You know, and I think you have learned how to not absorb that energy. It's like, yeah, okay, I can heal you, but I can help. Not that I could heal you, but I could help you heal yourself without absorbing their issues or their problems or their energy attachments that they have attached to them. I think you've broke free of whatever negative energy attachments you've had. And I think it's going to piss some people off. I think you do have some haters out there, Libra. Like, you have a hater out there, like somebody that will hate anything that you do just because it's you that's doing it. But you also have an abundance of people that love you for just you being you. All right. So don't worry about the 1 or 2 haters that you have that hate everything that you do just because it's you doing it. Focus on the people that love. Like, there are people out there that they don't care what it is you're doing. They're going to support you and they're going to love you just because it's you doing it. All right. So don't spend your energy focused on the haters, because it's going to happen. You know, there are people out there that really thought that they could get to you, you know, and your unbotheredness, like the fact that you're completely unbothered by whatever shade it is that they're throwing at you, is says a lot about how much you've grown to begin with, you know. I mean, we don't see how much we've grown until we're put in a situation that the old us would have responded completely differently. You know, the old us would have, you know, been laying on the bathroom floor crying over some stupid comment that somebody made, or taking somebody else's opinion of us like really personally, you know. But the new you is like completely unbothered by that. And I think a lot of what you've been through in the last 10 to 13 years has really like helped you establish that connection with yourself and with your higher self. So don't discredit your healing. Like, I think you've done a lot more healing than what you would think, you know. But it's just like when you're watching someone grow, you know, when you're watching your child grow, it's like you don't realize how big they've gotten until like you look back at pictures, or you know, like if you run into your niece or nephew and you haven't seen them in a while, and it's like, wow, you've grown so much in like the last like year or so that I've seen you, you know. But you're with yourself every single day, so it's like you don't see it as readily as, you know, maybe somebody that hasn't seen you in a while. And it's like, I don't feel like you're holding any secrets. You know, there's a true richness that comes with owning everything that you know, like all the stupid stuff that you've done or everything that you have been through. Like, there's nothing that nobody can use against you, you know? Like, yeah, am I proud that I did that? No. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot. There's a whole lot in this book, and there's a lot outside of this book that I did, or that I let happen, or that I experienced that I'm definitely not proud of. But there's not anything that somebody can use to hurt me, you know? And I think that you have really grown into your own authentic, like, power of yourself, like your own authenticity, your own truth, like you're being true to yourself. You know, some of you felt like you had no choice but to be true to yourself. You know, sometimes that's the way it works, but you got the Sun card twice. So whatever it was that was holding you back, or that you felt like, if you feel like there's something that you've done that's so shameful that nobody will ever forgive you, I promise you that if you take the power away from that feeling, then nobody, it doesn't matter what you've done, it doesn't matter how embarrassing you think that it is. It's like, you can overcome it. Yeah, and we have the Three of Cups. You can overcome it. And I think whatever this cycle is, like, you've had a long uphill battle, Libra. I'm definitely not going to say that it was easy, yeah, with the Four of Swords. So it's like, now is time to kind of just relax into your newfound peace, right? It might have taken a long time for you to find this peace. So enjoy it, you know, like, you deserve it. Enjoy it. And even if, like, you might have some people that feel like they're left out in the cold, you know, not everybody can grow with you. That's part of growing. You know, they call it growing pains for a reason. Not all of it is happy-go-lucky. You know, real true growth and accountability is painful. Like, growing pains hurt. You know, not from just when you're a child, but as an adult, like the pains that we learn from the things that we've done, and like growing away from people, growing out of alignment with other people. Like, I can't tell you that it doesn't hurt, because it does, you know. But there are people there that are celebrating you, that you are celebrating with. There are people there that genuinely, like, have love for you, you know. And I think you finally learned to just walk away from what, and I don't like saying what doesn't serve you, but what is not aligned with you, you know? Even if it hurts. You know, sometimes some of the hardest decisions we got to make are the ones that, like, break our own hearts. Like, it might break your heart to have to not entertain somebody anymore, or to not, you know, show up for this person the way that they've always expected you to show up. But it's like, that's part of the learning process. Not only your learning process, but theirs. All right? But you have a lot of people that support you. You have a lot of love around you. And I really truly believe that whatever the darkest, like, you've gone through the darkest storms that you're ever going to go through. Like, I don't think you'll ever have to worry about that type of pain ever again. Whatever it was that you've been through, that is the worst that it's going to get. It's not going to get any worse than that. And, like, you can hold your head up high, knowing that, like, nothing can touch you. You know, it's like, I've already seen it, done it, been there, you know what I mean? Got the t-shirt, got the beer koozie. Like, you don't have to worry about not being able to handle something, because you are well equipped. Yeah. And remain hopeful. Remain hopeful for your future. Remain excited, you know? Like, your guides will guide you. Your guides will guide you if you're paying attention. You know, but you do have to ask sometimes. They do have a, like, there's like a universal law of free will, you know, like, they just can't come in and meddle with your affairs. Like, you have to actually ask for help. So, I mean, I've done this before, where I've been like, God, source, universe, please just show me who it is that I need to get rid of out of my life, right? And I asked for a very specific sign. I was like, well, I'm going to hear, like, whoever it is that I need to have out of my life, like, I'm going to hear about some sort of car trouble from them, right? And I went to sleep that night, and my phone had died. And when I woke up in the morning, like, the person that I considered my best friend, she was my best friend, had been blowing up my phone because somebody had smashed into the side of her car. All right. And it's like those, sometimes there are such clear signs from people, you know, and I still kind of ignored it at that point. Like I was like, okay, check, you know, but I was like, nah, that can't be that, you know, like that's my best friend, you know? Yeah, well, yeah, there's some people that the universe hears, God hears conversations that you don't hear. They know things, it knows things that you don't know. So if you ask for some sort of specific sign of like, hey, I need you to help me release whoever it is that I need to release in my life, whoever is not there to help me evolve and be part of my life, like whoever doesn't really truly love me, you know, and you ask for a specific sign from the universe and the universe shows you that, make sure you pay attention, all right? But whatever this cycle is of that you've been through, like this hardship, this whatever, like through the depths of freaking hell, pretty much, is over. Like I think you have climbed your way out of the pit of hell, and you can breathe, Libra. You can breathe. Take a deep breath. Let it out. You're all right. All right. All right, Libra. I love you, and until next time, vroom, beep beep.